In this portion of the Virginia Studies on Jamestown, we're going to be using primary sources. You're going to use these primary sources, which are first-hand account of something. In this case, an original drawing of the Jamestown map done by John Smith and William Hull. You're going to look at these maps drawn by them, as well as current maps using the Google Maps I downloaded. And you're going to answer questions or make inferences on why they chose that location. Why did they settle on the Jamestown River? Are they in the woods? Are they next to the river and next to the ocean? How far inland, or where are they exactly? Make as many observations as you can. This is how historians would figure out history. They would look at primary sources, maps, videos, diaries, letters, and try to piece together history of why things happened. So you're going to become a historian. You're going to make some observations looking at the maps. When you're done with your observations and you wrote them down on a piece of paper, you're going to look at the historic Jamestown brochure, answer some guided reading questions that is on Schoology, and see if your inferences, your predictions, your observation skills were correct. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is actually look at the maps. So Jamestown, look at each map before you make your observations. Answer things like, where is it located? Where are they located? Are they in the woods? Are they next to a river? Are they in the mountains, etc.? Why would they be located where they chose? Like, why did they pick that spot maybe? So make some really good educated guesses, inference there. Remember, this is what historians do. They look at primary sources, the first-hand account of something, and try to figure out through artifacts, through notes or journals that were written, through anything they can get their hands on from that time period, and make educational guesses, inferences of why they did that. So there's Jamestown again, and here's the whole map as it was drawn by John Smith and William Hull. Down here is the citation. You know, I've been teaching citations in library classes. Citing your source helps avoid plagiarism and give credit to the person who did the work. So I can see some observations, and of course, Jamestown's right about here. I zoomed in and pointed to here, the Jamestown right here. Think about, why would settlers think Jamestown is a good location? Okay, you can click on the image to bring you right to the Library of Congress, of where this primary source is located in detail. But you see I drew a little line here of a ship, the London Company venturing out, searching for new land in America. Think about what the London Company was looking for in the new land to bring back to England. And you could see that they leave the Virginia Sea, which now we know is not the Virginia Sea. You'll see in the map, on the map, next map, what ocean that is. And they went upriver quite a ways, it looks like. And of course, they're right on the shoreline on the James River. So you can make some educated guesses there. On my next map, I pulled up some current maps to kind of give us a good visual. I love visuals. It really helps me identify where we're talking about what we're talking about. So here's the overview of where Jamestown is. And as you see, of course, we live in Virginia, right outside of Richmond. And there's the red dot pointing to the map. And it doesn't say here what body of water is right here, but this is the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, on the west coast of the United States is the Pacific Ocean. Okay, and here's a zoomed in picture pointing again to where they're located, right? So there they are located. You know, here's the Chesapeake Bay. And what's interesting is our map is pointed north, right? All our maps now are drawn that way and directionally pointing with north at the top. So what I did here, let me go down to the next one and see where we're at. There's the pathway that the colonists had to travel from England to Jamestown. So we see they went through the North Atlantic Pacific Ocean. They went through the Atlantic. Over here, of course, is the Pacific. And then the next map, what I did was I turned John Smith and William's home map sideways, right? Because would be north up here. They drew it the opposite way. But now you see how that map is pretty close to our satellite image that I took off of Google. And you could see they drew all this. They didn't have that technology in 1607 when they settled at Jamestown. Of course, there's Jamestown right there, and there's Jamestown right there. One of the things they were looking for when they came to venture is they wanted a passageway to go from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. So think about this by using your observation skills and going back through the different maps. If here is our river and James River, do you think there's a passageway, a river that goes all the way across the United States to the Pacific Ocean? So make your observation. Now that's what they were hoping to find. But did they find a passageway from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean? That was one of the things that they were hoping to find in their venture. So make your observations now on your piece of paper. Where geographically is Jamestown located? So on the map, geographically, where is it located? Be specific. Give as many details as you can. Are they near the shore? Are they in a forest? Are they next to whatever they're next to? Okay. What ocean did the colonists travel through to get from England to Jamestown? 4, do you see a passageway from the Atlantic Ocean through the Chesapeake Bay, right? That's the body of water after the Atlantic Ocean, the Chesapeake Bay. Do you see a passageway from the Atlantic through the Chesapeake, through the James River, to the Pacific Ocean? So you're becoming historians right now.